And now to sports, and I'm joined by the host of the I-24 News Sports Magazine, Jonathan Regev. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Ayman.
Well, you and I are here working, but most of the big leagues are taking Christmas weekend off. That's not true for everyone, though.
Yes, most of the big football players are resting. That's not the case for the Premier League players. They're playing in the Christmas frenzy, 3 games in a week. That begins on Saturday. And we're seeing here images of leaders Leicester. We spoke so much recently about the Premier League, Chelsea and Mourinho, Van Gaal and Manchester United. Let's give respect to Leicester, the very, very surprising leaders. They have tough challenges this week. They play Saturday against Liverpool and then Monday against Manchester City. The question is about Leicester. How will they get along with playing twice a week? Because the big advantage they had so far that we see manager Claudio Ranieri, while all the other big teams such as Manchester City, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, they were playing in the Champions League. Leicester played once a week. Now, and everybody says, well, that's the reason why they've been avoiding injuries. They are much more fresh than the other teams. Now comes a big test. They play 3 games this week, 6 games in the coming 2 weeks. If they are still the leaders at the end of January, which most people think will not happen, if they are, then we can describe them as basically title contenders. We'll see in the coming month.
Well, they seem to be very much into it from these images, and they're not
absolutely.
the only heroes. Brazil gave a hero's welcome to another kind of champion.
Yes, and when we say Brazil, we think, well, football legends. Well,
that's what I imagine.
Yes, it is true, but Brazil is a country mad about sports, not only about football. This big welcome we're seeing is actually to a surfing champion. Adriano de Souza, that's his name. He won the World Championship in Hawaii, and there we see he came to his native town of Guarujá, not far from Sao Paulo, a big surfing hotspot. And you see the images. I mean, he's treated just like every other major.
That is amazing.
That is amazing, and he's a surfer. Not only that, we should remember this is the 2nd year in a row in which a Brazilian wins this title. Gabriel Medina did it last year. Adriano de Souza does it now. What does that show us? There is a lot of surf in Brazil. There's a lot of coast there. They are right on the Atlantic coast. A lot of surfing hotspots. And there we see how popular surfing is just by this welcome.
So a warm welcome in Brazil, but for cyclists, some of them are dealing with tough winter conditions.
Yes, winter is never good for cyclists. You know, it's raining, it's snowing, it's not very good. Peter Sagan from Slovakia, also a world champion, he doesn't seem to mind because he can cycle on the snow, on the ice, as we see. He's just the wheels are quite big. It's a bit different than other bicycles. But yeah, you know what? Put him on a ski resort, snowing, no problem. He can do if he can do it on the track, he can do it there as well. Winter, no problem for him.
A White Christmas. Do you know that song, Jonathan? Can you give us a verse?
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That
beautiful.
Sinatra does it better than me, I think.
Beautiful. Jonathan
let it snow,
Regev.
let it snow. I'm going to stop singing right now.
We'll get back to that, though.
Yes, yes, yes.
Jonathan Regev, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ayman.